Wonder Woman gets it right. It doesn't suck, people. It doesn't suck. First of all, let me get this out of the way. To all you people who say that I'm a Marvel fanboy, I like Marvel. I do. I like the MCU. I do. But one of my favorite superheroes is Batman. Do you think I want DC movies to suck? No, I don't want DC movies to suck. Why would I want a movie to suck? I love movies. So my criticism of movies like Suicide Squad, Batman v Superman, and Man of Steel are because I genuinely think those movies are bad. I love Superman. For the longest time, he was one of my favorite superheroes. Now Batman is. And speaking about Batman, can we just say R.I.P. Adam West? All right, you were the OG Batman. You are the reason a lot of these superhero movies are so popular today. You were the grandfather, Adam West. You forged ahead and you made it so a lot of this stuff could happen. You were the inspiration. So, yeah. But anyway, we have a review to do. So, where was I at? Oh yes, I don't hate DC movies, but my love for characters like Superman, my love for characters like Batman, my love for these characters was just crushed whenever these movies came out, because you know why? Because I love these characters, and it seemed like the writers who were writing movies like Batman and Superman didn't know these characters like I do, like a lot of you fans do. And you may like Man of Steel, you may think it's a really cool movie, but I don't think it reflects Superman. You might like Batman v Superman, I don't think it reflects who Batman and Superman are as characters, the philosophy behind them. See, let me break it down. Let me try to break it down. In my opinion, Marvel and the MCU has a lot of characters that they could be you. They're the underdogs. They rise above the circumstances. This isn't the case for every single one, but a lot of them, they could be you. They're relatable. But that's not the case with a lot of DC heroes, such as, let's take for instance, I don't know, Superman. You can't be Superman. He's like crazy. He's like the demigods of old, like those Roman gods and heroes that people looked up to. Same with Wonder Woman. She's someone that people looked up to, that for years feminists and women and young girls have aspired to be someone as brave, bold, and confident, and charming and compassionate as Wonder Woman. And, you know, even the same could be said for a character like Batman. You know why? Because Batman's super rich and able to be a superhero. A lot of people like us, we're never going to be filthy rich like Bruce Wayne, able to buy a hotel with the sign of a check. I mean, come on. That is something, but what he does with that power, what he does with his skills of martial arts, he knows like every martial arts ever, what he does with that, that's where the interesting story lies. See, for a character like Superman and Man of Steel, we needed to see him rescuing cats from trees, stopping a bank robber, but not just smashing him through 5 walls, because it's a moral struggle. That's why we like these characters, because we can't maybe relate to them in power level. We can look up to them, but we can't relate sometimes. But we can relate to that moral struggle. We all have power, and we can use it in a certain way. We know Superman is going to save the day. We know Superman is going to beat the bad guy. That's not why we like Superman. And that's where Man of Steel got it wrong. That's where Batman v Superman got it wrong. These people are fighting for some reason that's so convoluted. It's simple why Batman and Superman should have fought. They have different ideals. Batman has one side of the fence and Superman's on the other side of the fence. The Boy Scout versus the Dark Vigilante. It's so simple. It's a moral struggle between these godlike characters, if I may say so. And where these movies fail, let me just say that Wonder Woman gets it right. It doesn't suck, people. It doesn't suck. All after Suicide Squad, I was just ready to give up on this franchise. But Patty Jenkins, I don't know. I don't pretend. I'm learning about how stuff goes in Hollywood. There are screenwriters, there are producers, there are executive producers. But right now, I think I'm just going to give a little credit where I think credit is due. Patty Jenkins, all right? She gets it. She gets it, people. She gets it, all right? She gets it, all right? She gets it, guys. And I think one of the reasons why Wonder Woman is so successful, you know, in this movie, that Wonder Woman is gonna, she's gonna do it. You're like, oh, is she gonna beat those guys? I'm not sure. No, you know, it's like, yeah, oh, no, yeah, you gotta beat those guys. But the thing is the story. See, here's the thing. These characters were made for children. No doubt. They're superheroes. They're not super complex, deep characters. But at the same time, the movie has the right amount of depth where it doesn't come a complicated political drama like Batman v Superman tried to be and failed. It sees itself for what it is, a superhero movie, but it has the right amount of depth to challenge you to think. It's an amazing message this movie has about war and whether war is good at all. And do we as a human race deserve heroes like Superman, like Wonder Woman? And it's so good that Patty Jenkins gets it. I'm just going to say, yo, right here, sit at your computer, give a round of applause to Patty Jenkins, because Patty Jenkins is awesome. Other things, what did I think of the actors? Chris Pine, Captain Kirk. He's good. Very funny. I think this is like a really cool thing because when you're doing a movie like Wonder Woman, obviously Wonder Woman is like the person, the main character. All focuses on Wonder Woman, and especially since it's a very feminist themed movie, having a guy who's usually, who's like the witty, funny, kind of comic relief guy, in my opinion, is just perfect because, let's face it, we're going to flip the script a little bit here. Things that, men write in these movies where the girl is like, ooh, I'm all undressed and stuff. We're going to flip the script because why not? Because you know what, ladies, all the ladies, they get a chance to be, seen too. So Chris Pine, he's the perfect choice for that. Very funny, but very deep and very, very motivating when he needs to be. Gal Gadot. I keep saying Gal Gadot. I think that's wrong, but she is awesome in this role. Haven't really seen her in anything else. Has she played in anything else before this? Leave that in the comment section below if she has. But I think she's amazing in this role. To me, she will go down in this generation as the Wonder Woman. I know Carter, I think it's her name, was the one from the 70s Wonder Woman. But I think this generation will see Gal Gadot as the Wonder Woman, no matter in the future if another character reprises the role, another actress reprises the role. People will see this, Gal Gadot as the Wonder Woman. Yeah, what else did I think of it? In terms of tone, I really like this movie because I think one of the things that, we all heard that rumor that Suicide Squad had like 2 cuts, like one funny and one like not funny, and they were like, we're just gonna smooth this together in the one ultimate cut because the fans want serious and funny. And that's the way to do it, which like makes like no sense at all. Like they were like actually like, hey, like how about we make a movie that's like balances dark and light? With they did that makes sense, and they did a good job with that because there is definitely witty banter, but it's not like Marvel witty banter where it's like, hey, this is a fun movie. Even in Civil War, I love Civil War. I think I gave it like a 96 or something. I gave it a really high rating, but in terms of that where it's like, yeah, like, we're Marvel, here's Spider-Man, yeah, walkie thingies, and there's really dark themes in that movie, but at the same time, they're like, we're joking a lot, And in this movie, there are jokes and there are wittiness and there is a lot of, fun things in here and encouraging things, but at the same time, they're not afraid to get pretty dark. And I like that. I think this movie, a lot of people are comparing it to Marvel's Captain America, the First Avenger, and rightly so. There's a lot of similarities in the movie, like the Howling Commandos that Captain America has, and Wonder Woman, kind of Chris Pine gathers the team of misfits kind of thing, and that's pretty interesting. As far as those guys go, those guys are pretty good too. There's a lot of different ethnicities represented, and for one of them, actually, I think for a couple of them, that they had struggles of their own. And while this movie is one of the themes of it that's, kind of subtle, is that, like, feminism, and at the same time, though, there's other races and other things represented here, too, especially in the time period. So, be looking out for that. It's really subtle one-liners sometimes, but I would rather watch Wonder Woman than watch Captain America: The First Avenger, because in my opinion, Phase 1 Marvel is kind of shaky. You have films that are solid, like Iron Man, but in my opinion, you have other movies that are alright, like Captain America the First Avenger and Thor, which I think this movie actually is very similar to, but I think this movie does it better. I mean, in Thor, you have like when like Thor gets his power back and he's like, oh my G. And you know, it just the romantic comedy aspect of that movie is like, why? Like, and as much as that did it wrong, this movie gets the romantic comedy aspect right. And what I really liked is the lighting in this movie, because a lot of stuff in, you know, Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad is like, all the colors are drained out. And then, you know, sometimes in Suicide Squad they're like, and they're really bright in your face, you know, I don't know, it's really kind of jarring. But I like this one because when you're on Themyscira, it's beautiful, breathtaking. Enough for me to want to buy it on Blu-ray. It's amazing. And then you go to London, and she's like, this is a dump, or it's a piece of trash, or something like that. And the lighting of the color scheme, the color correction, is just drained, and it just looks crappy. But then you want to have a kind of a conversation a little warmer, so you go into a hotel or something, a little bit of a warmer light. I really liked how they use lighting to their advantage, and as a filmmaker who's learning to use light to his advantage, I really liked noticing those things. And yeah, the cinematography was pretty good. As far as the ending goes, I'm not going to give anything away, but I will say this: when you have epic endings, sometimes they feel like flat because you didn't really care about the characters or anything else in the movie. And in this one, I liked it simply because I think it was due. It was due because you had a movie that focused on amazing characters, an amazing message, and let's have a little bit of fun at the end, you know? And like I said, I'll talk more about the ending in my spoiler review, because you can't really talk about the ending in depth without going into spoilers for this movie, at least minor ones. So I'm going to leave it at that. So go see Wonder Woman. What am I going to give it? I'm going to give it a 90% people. As always, thanks for watching. Go check out my Patreon. Whoa. What is my Patreon, you ask? And I'm not stalling because I forgot. It's www.patreon.com/yourhostedge. Go there and donate to the show, and also the short films. We got a lot of stuff coming up. I'm actually moving to Nebraska. I'm going to get a partner in crime. Well, not in crime, but in YouTubing and interwebbing. And we got some good projects coming up, so keep your eye on this channel and also channels we might start or, you know, do in the future. So, yeah, go see Wonder Woman.